Hey guys, this is Taylor MQ7 here, back with another Once Human build video for the Wildfire Pistol and the Bingo Sniper Rifle. Let's get right into it. We're starting out with the pistol. We have Vulnerability Amplifier Precision, and this is going to increase the bullseye effect by adding 8 plus vulnerability percent, and then weak spot damage is 9, damage against normal enemies is 10, damage against great ones is 3.6, weapon damage plus 2.4. For the accessories, we are doing all of these to increase the stability. This is what you want. You do not want accuracy at all. You want stability more than anything. As for the Bingo Sniper Rifle, we're using the same mod, but with different attribute effects. So we've got weak spot 5.4, damage against elite enemies 3%, and I'm not going to keep saying percent over and over because it's going to probably get kind of annoying, but for this gun right here, and I'm actually kind of glad it has this, the head damage reduction is 6.4, which is good because for the cargo scramble events, I normally use a sniper rifle. So if someone's hit me in the head, I'm not going to take as much damage. It's not a big decrease, but hey, every little helps. And then the very last effect is damage against great ones, 4.8, which is good for when I'm fighting the big guys. Sniper rifle is usually going to be better off than the pistol. Now for the accessories, we have these right here, which is going to increase your accuracy. You want accuracy this time around instead of stability, and you also want some range too. For the long axe, we have the melee amplifier, which is going to increase melee damage by 12, melee damage by 4.8 as an attribute effect, and we have crit rate by 3.6 higher. And this weapon right here is good because it increases your damage by using a thing called Fortress Warfare. When you do a heavy attack, you set down a Fortress Warfare thingy underneath you that increases your damage for a short period of time. Now we've got 3 Renegade, 1 Old Huntsman Boots, which is key armor, and we have 2 Bastille. So before I get into the mods for these, we're going to read off what each type of armor does. So since I have 3 pieces of Renegade armor on, I get 3 perks. So I get reload speed plus 15, weak spot damage plus 10%, and then we get hitting the same enemy consecutively grants 1 stack of Archer's Focus, increases weak spot damage by 4, up to 10 stacks. Archer's Focus stacks are halved when the target is changed. So the damage multiplies over time, but when you switch targets, it goes back down a bit. So let's get into the Bastille part of the armor now. So since we have 2 of these, we get 2 perks. When HP is above 70%, weak spot damage is added by 10. Reload speed is going to be up by 20. Now, let's get into the Old Huntsman Boots. And this is the key armor. So you cannot wear more than 1 piece of key armor on your character at the same time. The game will not allow you to add more than 1. So key armor effect is a unique one. So after triggering the bullseye, the next 1 bullets hitting a marked target will count as weak spot hits even if they do not hit the weak spot. The weak spot damage is up by 30 to enemies affected by the bullseye. We've got, for the Renegade Hood, Precision Strike Precision. Hitting a weak spot grants weak spot damage by 12 for 3 seconds. This effect can stack up to 3 times, so you can just keep building up, like I said, and the damage just keeps multiplying more and more and more. Attribute effects have 9% weak spot, and then the magazine capacity is 4.8, damage against great ones is 2.4, and max HP is up by 4.8. For the mask, we have Most Wanted Precision. Every time an enemy is marked, attack up by 5 for 8 seconds. This effect can also stack up to 3 times. So the attribute effects has weak spot damage up by 5.4, damage against the normal enemies is up by 10, which is really good for the pistol, and then the magazine capacity is up by 12, which is also good too. The damage against elite enemies is 4.5, and then for the chest piece, we have Munitions Amplifier Precision. This increases the core effect, and this increases your weapon damage by 9. And then your attribute effects give you 5.4 for weapon damage, not weapon damage, weak spot damage. And then for your damage against normal enemies, it goes up by 4. Then for your pants, you're supposed to use 3 strikes precision, but I'm using unstoppable precision because the attribute effects for this one seem to give me higher damage more consistently. And that's also due to the fact that this attribute effect has 7.2% magazine capacity, which allows me to hit 20 bullets in my magazine from a pistol. Now, Unstoppable Precision has weapon damage up by 20 more when a bullet hits a target more than 20 meters away. Every additional 1 meter away from the target, weak spot damage up by 1, up to 20%. Now, this has an attribute effect for weak spot up by 9, weapon damage reduction 4.8, and damage against elite enemies up by 4.5, and obviously the magazine capacity at 7.2. Now, for the gloves, we got weak spot damage boost precision, weak spot damage up by 25, and then for the attribute effects, we have 7.2 weak spot, damage against normal enemies 10%, and then magazine capacity once again being at 7.2. Now, the head damage reduction is 1.6, which, I mean, it could be something else to be honest, but it is what it is. Now, for the old Huntsman boots, we're using Covered Advanced Precision, and this one has a core effect of taking no damage within 4 seconds, grants 20% melee, weapon, and status damage for 30 seconds. The effect resets when the duration ends. Now, for the attribute effects, we have weapon damage 5.4, damage against elite enemies 3.0, and then for the weapon damage, we have 6, and then damage against great ones 6 again. So as for the cradle, this is what I have on. So I've got anti-regen when using pistols, light machine guns, or melee weapons. Weapon damage plus 15% with an additional 100% damage against super anomaly regen. So anomalies are found in hard or pro mode silos on Way of Winter on normal difficulty servers. And for Fortress Link, this is Fortress Warfare range plus 50% with an additional damage boost of 5. After activating Fortress Warfare for 5 seconds, Fortress Warfare will appear within 10 meters in a non-hostile target's location, or at your location if no targets are nearby. And then for Deviation Master, when a deviation is present, damage against the Great Ones, bosses, and elites adds it up by 25. Anti-phase, when using sniper rifles, SMGs, or crossbows, damage plus 15, with an additional 10% damage against super anomaly phase. Steady Hand is while in Fortress Warfare or Fast Gunner status, weak spot up by 40% with weak spot damage to the bullseye plus 20. Tactical Combo, so this increases your weapon damage by 25 for 4 seconds after switching weapons or reloading. Bounty Hunter, hitting a marked target grants 5% weapon damage for 8 seconds, up to 6 stacks. So switching weapons removes half stacks. And then for the last one, we have Lone Walker, which if you're running a lot as a team, you could use, where's the other one at? There's another one here. So side by side. So this increases the effectiveness of the medical supplies. So like the activators, right? I like to run solo quite a bit, but I do run with other people as well. So if you're running with other people a lot, do side by side. If you're doing a lot of solo stuff, do Lone Walker. So when fighting solo, medicine usage cooldown down by 30% when HP is below 40%. The medicine usage speed is up by 30, and medicine's healing effect up by 15. And that is everything that you need to know that you'll want to use. That's if your attribute effects come around the same type as mine. Now let's look at the damage. $277,000. Now, once this resets, we're going to shoot it again. Over 300k now. Not bad. Now, let's do the axe. Over 400k. Pretty solid. Now, let's do a sniper rifle shot. So let's reload this real quick. Shoot like that. So if I want to come in there and shoot them quickly with the sniper rifle and then switch to the pistol, I could still do a decent amount of damage. Obviously, I'll have to pull back the bolt, right? Now, let's do the Deviation plus Fortress Warfare. And we're not going to do any food buffs at all. Now, let's do this. So, without the wolf really attacking at all, I still did almost 450,000 damage. By the way, the pistol is 5-starred, and I am using the rapid shot style, which is increasing the fire rate by 20, magazine capacity by 32, and then attack is down by 15. And this one has crit rate, unfortunately, but I could not find a weak spot yet, but this is still good nonetheless. Anyways, that is it for today's video, and thank y'all for watching. I will see you all around later. Peace.